Alright. I knew Anima was gonna end up coming up in this. Why now? Let's see what we're working with here. So 30,000, that's not terrible. He is weak to holy. Okay. I think I can work with that. Swordplay. Damn it. Ether. Pain. Riku. Keep going. And we need you to be a white mage. Remedy. You. Excalibur is going to do holy damage, so let's see how this works. I can't do anything. Remedy on Yuna. Can't do anything, can't do anything, can't do anything. Well, this sucks. Yeah, 3,700. That does good damage. Oh, why did I have to miss? GG, my friend. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. I feel okay about this. The remedy is what's screwing me here. maybe. I need a remedy. Shit. Try it. See what it does. No, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't take off my my alignments there. Unless it's Yuna. Maybe. No, it doesn't take them off either. It takes off like the darkness and stuff like that, but I think we're okay. If you'll hit him! $6,000. Cure, please. We did it. We did it. See, the battles aren't nearly as difficult if it's just one person. Even if that person is super, super strong, it's still not easy as hard. Or it's still not nearly as hard. Immortal Soul, Garment Grid. That's cool. Excuse you? Oh, fuck. No, not Bahamut.
Yuna.
He was
I'm
the fate for
sorry.
Bahamut, right?
We weren't strong enough to stop him. We wanted to at least warn someone, but instead, we were dragged into the darkness. We're no better than fiends.
It's all right.
Forgive us.
Please, tell me, what is he?
Shuyin? Just a shadow. It may look like him, but the real Shuyin died long ago. Even after 1,000 years, his hate and misery linger on. His feelings grew so strong they began to act on their own. Eventually, they became a shadow, a shade that wants only to vanish, but cannot.
Just a shadow. I can handle a shadow.
Are you sure?
Yes, leave it to me. I'll banish shadow with light.
Light?
Len's feelings. That's right. Call it love.
Hello?
Hey!
You certainly took your sweet time.
Yeah, we were fighting shit in the desert, bitch.
Why are you here?
Because the boss never goes against Lord Nuge's wishes.
You found him?
As we was heading in, we found the sphere addressed to the boss.
He said, don't follow me. Turn back now and wait for my return. Actually doing what you're told? How novel. What can I say? One look at Nuji Wuji's dashing visage on that spear and I was, charmed. How could I say no to such a cutesy wootsy face? What if he...
Don't worry. If he knows you're waiting, he has a reason to come home.
And wait I shall.
We'll tell him that you're waiting like a good girl.
You do that, love. And don't forget to stress, good girl.
Alright. Oh, and Tanner's. So, do you by chance know what Octagon is? 'Tis a program. Oh, nope. Can't go that way? Okay. Wait. How the hell do I get over there? So, Octagon is a program that pretty much is like a trading card simulator. And there's actually a community on there that deals with the Final Fantasy trading card game. And you can actually get on there and build a deck and you can play online. You have to, like, it's not as like automated as other programs can be. This one you actually have to know what you're doing and you have to like type out like who you're targeting with certain effects and stuff, but it's really cool. It's really interesting. They have all of the cards on there, and I downloaded it yesterday, but I haven't messed with it. Now there's supposed to be a Moogle somewhere. Oh, hello.
That wasn't much fun.
Somebody's probably downloading. Screwing up the interwebs.
Come get some.
Pain gets all the good lines.
Shit. Didn't even see the third guy. Yes, yes, you actually can play with other people. Pretty much like the way that I've seen it work is there's like, you're pretty much, whenever you set it up to play Final Fantasy, there will be like a group or like a list of hosts, and you get to join one of those hosts and pretty much play with them one-on-one. It's really interesting. It might be a good way to learn. Very inexpensive way to learn. There's nothing back here. Are you kidding me? Bow, bow, bow.
I'm on a roll.
So I played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! I never played Magic though. I never got into Magic as much. I know how to play it, or the basic concepts at least. I'm not very educated on any of the cards at all. Yu-Gi-Oh! I played for a while. I played up until Burning Abyss came out. That was the #1 deck when I was playing. Necros came out. The set that I stopped playing on was the Necros set. I don't remember what the set name was whenever it came out, but that was the last set that I was playing during. I actually played in local tournaments here in Charlotte. All kinds of different stuff. My buddies said they'd like to play in tournaments, but whenever it came down to actually doing it, nobody would except for me. So it's kind of shitty, but it was really fun. I got my ass handed to me one time. The same set that Necros came out with I think it was Ritual Beasts was the name of the archetype. But this like 8-year-old kid, first round of the entire tournament, this 8-year-old kid had a bunch of Ritual Beast cards, and he generated over like 10,000 life points over the course of the game, and he banished all of my really, really important Necros cards, and I just couldn't get them back. Like he was whooping my ass, and my buddies were just like, "Oh my god, dude, how the fuck?" So it was pretty cool. It was pretty interesting. Oh, wait, people. But I stopped playing it. Yeah. For a while there, I thought about getting into Magic, but I just never did. I was pouring money into Yu-Gi-Oh! Left and right. I poured as much money as I possibly could into that game. And then I sold cards throughout playing it. Like, I constantly was buying and selling cards and stuff like that, but eventually I was just like, I'm done with this. Let's get out of this. And I ended up selling all of the cards that I had.
Next stop, Far Plain Abyss. We made you a shortcut.
Yeah, that was exactly what it was.
Yuna, it's up to you now.
Oh no, I didn't want to go that way. I needed to do something else. Hello? Look at me throwing my own shit away. Rainbow, the Crystal Beasts.
Choose your route.
That's cool. The only thing, actually, the only thing I still own is actually a couple of cards that my buddy gave me because he was trying to get me back into it. The only thing that I own are tour guides, Sir, Libic, Cagna, Alec, Calcab, Foolish Burial, Phantom Knight's Fogblade, whatever that is, Solemn Morning, Fire Lake, the Burning Abyss. I have a Dante, the Fusion. I have 3 Virgils, and then I have Dante, the Exceed monster, and then I have a Beatrice. That's like the only stuff that I have. He pretty much just gave me the scraps that he had, and then slowly I started to collect the other cards to make a Burning Abyss deck. And then never did. I just didn't want to put any more money into it. I felt like I had already dumped everything possible into that game and was just like, you know what, I'm just done. I don't want to do it anymore. Plus, at that time, the Dragon Ball Z card game was out from Panini, and I probably poured more money into that than I did Yu-Gi-Oh! I went to like 6 or 7 different tournaments for it. Went to like most of the regionals for it. I love that game with a passion. Like, that was like my favorite fucking game. But they cut it short. Yeah, I don't even have a whole deck. I still do have all of my Dragon Ball Z cards though. I couldn't sell them. Like, the only offer that I got for roughly like 3,000, maybe 3,500 cards was $80, and there were a lot of good cards. It's not like I was selling a bunch of commons. I mean, there was a fair bit of commons, but it was ridiculous. It was super undercut from what I paid for them. So I was like, fuck that. I'm not selling these cards for that cheap. And ever since then, I tried to get into the Final Fantasy game, but the only people that would really play it with me, they didn't want to spend any money on it, because we all kind of got burned on Dragon Ball Z. I mean, everybody played it that I hung out with, and then after that, everybody was like, fuck this, I'm not getting into it anymore. Which is, it's very unfortunate. I even told one of my buddies the other day, I was like, hey, dude, I really want to play Final Fantasy again, and he was like, I don't. And I was like, well, okay, fuck it. Except for that one deck. Yeah, I should have kept. I had a Sylvan deck, and that was by far my favorite deck to play. I love that deck more than anything. Okay. I love that deck more than any other deck that I had ever played with. And I had it completely high rarity, like as high rarity as you could get for each individual card. But I ended up selling it when I sold all my cards. And I, like, now thinking back, that's the one deck that I should have just held on to, only because I would have still at least played games if somebody wanted to. But like an idiot, I sold everything. Oh, okay. What a dummy. Gold Wings at your service. One of the things that I really loved about Yu-Gi-Oh! And one of the things that I miss is like how fast you can end some of those games. Like with the Sylvan deck, there was like that 2-card combo where you could get Quasar first turn, and I was just like, it's amazing like how fast it can happen. Burning Abyss was kind of similar in the fact that it could generate so many resources so fast, and it was just really hard to come back once I got going as a Burning Abyss player. that was kind of one of the things that attracted me to Dragon Ball Z so much, is the fact that at any point in the game, one card makes all of the difference. And it's a multitude of cards. It's just once you get the right card for your situation, I mean, the whole game can shift into a different direction. And I loved it. I mean, it was the funnest thing ever. It was very, very similar to Magic, where you had different colors, and the only thing is in Dragon Ball Z you had to have all of one color. You couldn't mix and match colors. The only thing you could mix and match was there were freestyle cards which you could put in, and if you had freestyles, they could go into any color. But it was just so much fun. I love that game so much. You could play. You pretty much had like the personalities. You had a personality that you played as, and that personality kind of drove the way your deck worked. Hell. Beat you in one turn with a heroes deck, dude. I don't doubt it at all. Whenever, shit, I don't remember the name of that card. I think it was Shadow, Elemental Hero Shadow or something like that. It was the one that pretty much negated, like, or banished everything. Whenever that card came out, a buddy of mine and we sat down and we built just decks around that constantly, and we loved it. That card was just like, oh, it was so good. You could just sit there and you could just banish anything and everything you wanted.
I could get used to this.
Dude, that's fucking cool. I remember a lot of spellcasters deck using spell counters and stuff like that. The buddy of mine that I played with so much, he was into spellcasters for a while. Before what were those names? Satellar Knights. Before they came out, that was like what he loved to play, was spellcasters. He really, really enjoyed spellcaster decks. Oh yeah. Bringing out, like, what did I just do? Oh, I made it. Alright. So that was from the save. Boom, 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 boom. We're going to Kilkin now. There were a few, like, I don't know, in Yu-Gi-Oh! There's all kinds of, like, really cheeky ways to win, and that was what was so fun to me. Like, there were, even though there was a shit ton of win conditions, like, they weren't OP at all. At one point in time, I'm sure they all were, but when I played, they were. If you make repeated contact with the flames, you will be sent back to one of the flames you've already touched. Okay. And if you've recently got into Magic, then from what I can tell, Final Fantasy and Magic go hand in hand. Like, they're super fucking similar. And we're going. Oh, we made it. Okay. I was about to say, I can't make that jump.
Easy match. Ha! Great!
Turn 1, just draw the whole deck. Yes, dude, like that kind of stuff to me was just, that was fun. That was just so much fun to do. I loved it. That's probably the thing that I missed the most about Yu-Gi-Oh! I had an Exodia deck, or my buddy and I built an Exodia deck one time. It was mainly out of his cards. We didn't order very many cards to complete it, oddly enough. But it just, all it did was generate, like, draw power constantly. That's all it did. And it was just so much fucking fun. Like, if you didn't have anything to, like, if you didn't have, like, a counter trap to negate anything, he would win. It took him, like, 2 or 3 turns to set it up sometimes, but once he got rolling, you couldn't stop him. It was decently consistent. I loved it. So much fun. Dude, yeah. If you get into it, I would really love to sit down and learn everything that I can about it. To like show you. But it's super, super cool. We got the chest. A mana tonic.
I'm on a roll!
Hell yeah, dude. I know that whenever I was into Dragon Ball Z so much, that was pretty much the biggest way that people would play online. There were a few people that would like get together on Skype and play, but that was kind of like their thing. They would post on the Facebook group and be like, "Hey, so I'm on Octagon right now. Anybody want to test out, you know, a new deck idea?" And I mean, they would get together and they'd play for hours. A lot of people would post YouTube videos of like different matches that they've had, showed off different strats and stuff. Because one of the things about Dragon Ball Z is like, there were ways to prevent your opponent from doing certain things, but it was a lot harder than like Yu-Gi-Oh! So you couldn't just really like have an answer for everything. But it was cool. I'm gonna try to put some time into the Final Fantasy stuff though. My biggest deal is I just started school again. Friday was my first day in my online classes. And I already have like a bunch of papers. Hello.